Hi. Hi guys. Um I'm recording this video after watching quite a number of different views on the issue of illegal immigration in the country, and I'm seeing a lot of young people have an opinion about it, and it's so heartwarming to actually see young people interested in this conversation. I mean, for the longest time, we've been just focused on one thing, and that's entertainment. And now South Africans are finally waking up to the reality that there's deep conversations that need to be had in this country. Now, I'm going to ask one thing, and I'm not going to say much about it, that I've noticed a lot of people who are defending this issue of illegal immigration tend to say things like there won't be any jobs when illegal immigrants are gone. Illegal immigrants are not contributing to the problems that you have in your country. Illegal immigrants are not the reason that your government is not delivering services to you, and labeling anything and anyone who dares say anything against the influx of illegal immigrants and people hiding behind calling themselves refugees. And they use the excuse that it's not a problem, and it's not a big a problem as we claim to be, and then they call you xenophobic or Afrophobic. This is the common thing that I've seen with people who are defending illegal immigration. First thing they do is they label you xenophobic. Now, once they've called you xenophobic, just know that they've created a barrier for you to have any say, because your word is no longer that of someone who's genuinely concerned. It's that of someone who has hatred or who has a mission or something. Watch how they're quickly trying to label everything as violent, as aggressive, but they're not doing the same thing when it comes to Ireland. So I'm going to ask one thing, that can the people who are talking about illegal immigration and defending it with their hearts and soul, for once tell the truth about the impact of illegal immigration to a country? Because this is something that you can either read, you can even look, you can ask people around, you can research, etc., etc. Because you're not being honest with yourself if you want to talk about the issue of illegal immigration and you continue to lie and say that we are trading with other countries, the economy is this and that, it won't impact jobs, it won't impact service delivery. You know you're not telling the truth. You know you're not telling the truth. So guys, if you want a constructive conversation around the issue of illegal immigration, don't come in already on defense mode by calling people xenophobic, because you're creating a barrier around yourself so that you don't have to be interrogated about why you're supporting illegality. So stop doing that, guys. Stop giving labels like xenophobia, Afrophobia. That's gaslighting to its max. Let's remove xenophobia and Afrophobia now. And can those who are supporting illegal immigration explain in detail why they are supporting it, so that we can debunk everything that you're saying, especially when it comes to there won't be any jobs, and saying that the economy is not going to be affected in any way, and claiming that the service delivery won't be affected, and crime won't be affected, and claiming that resources won't be affected, and claiming that the government is not being forced to account for all the other things that they are not delivering on: houses, water, etc., etc. So can we have a constructive conversation with the truth, please? Not hiding behind a defense mechanism with xenophobia and Afrophobia, because you're not calling the Irish xenophobic. You're not calling them that. You're saying it's racism, which is strange, because racism is going to happen, and it has nothing to do with people living in your area and being foreigners. Racism can happen even if I go to another country and I see black people in that country, can still be racist. But here we're talking about people in my country, and they're foreigners, and the impacts that foreigners have in my country. But a racist can travel even to another country and still be racist. So you can't call that what's happening in Ireland as only racism. Maybe it does have traces of racism, but it's not only racism. Why are you not calling them xenophobic? But South Africans are labeled as xenophobic for standing up for their own country against illegal immigration. The word illegal you like excluding as well. So let's have an honest conversation, especially with you people with NPOs and NGOs, and you're running all these groups that are funded to bring illegal immigrants into the country, and you know very well why you're defending them. Then you turn around and say it's us that are funded to defend our country. We don't need to get a cent to defend South Africa from illegality. Why would we need to be paid to defend illegality?